All right, here we are. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to our live on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's the last one of the initial format we used to launch IAM Masterclass. As you know, we are undergoing some radical changes with the membership. So we already informed you, and we'll keep informing you this week about the new changes. Basically, in terms of training, it will probably go a bit deeper, and we'll have more digital marketing trainings, more funnels released to you, and also we noticed that at the current price point, we don't get the engagement we want, and that's a shame, because it could have stayed probably at that price point if we had a lot more engagement and people interacting with us and using the funnels and everything we are teaching you. So we think it's not really working the way we would like it to work, and part reason is probably because of the low price. So, which is why in a few days it will we just 10x the price per month. So just be assured it won't go back to the current pricing. So once it's at $99 a month, it won't become available at any other price point anymore in the future. And this way, we think that people joining at that price point will be a bit more involved and engaged, and will take more action. So we know we have quite some members taking action. So it's not for you, but for all of those who joined us and just doing nothing, well, that's too bad, because of course you are locked in your current price point. But yeah, I mean, it's too bad. Some people are not taking action, and but we are just working even harder, so people taking action will get rewarded and be successful. And which is why with this new pricing point, we will be able even to create more advanced funnel and create more stuff, more advanced stuff, even if we can do it. But so yeah, that's the plan and where we are going. And so that's the last session of this format. It will always be on Tuesday, same time, live streaming. And yeah, so welcome again to this session. If you have any questions, so just use the chat box. So the resellers, that's a good question. You're in for a treat, because basically you join the reseller license for quite cheap, and so you won't have to upgrade or anything. You will keep your rights to resell the IAM Masterclass, and you will keep the right to resell it at a new price point. So you will need to use the new price point. But basically it means you just paid like $300 for a reseller license, allowing you to resell $99 a month membership site. So you will keep your license, because obviously we keep our contract with you. It's what we agreed to. So you have 12 months. We don't know yet after 12 months if it will be renewed. So it depends also on the volume of action and traction we're seeing from our resellers. So, but for now, you have 12 months to use your reseller license and make $99 a month per sale. So we will remind you to update your price point on your sales page, so it reflects the new pricing. And of course, you can use the next few days as a scarcity factor to get your leads to join the IAM Masterclass using your reseller sales page or links.
Yeah. Jason, your camera is, you seem to be behind. You're quite blurred on my end. I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but yeah, you're kind of behind.
Okay. I don't know. I'm seeing everything clear.
Yeah, maybe it's Restream then, because sometimes happens to me, doesn't it, on my end? Yeah, see if it pops back up again. No, it's still the same on my end. It's still quite blurry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll probably clear itself up. Sometimes does when it happens on my end, doesn't it? So
yeah, because you're crystal clear, so it's okay. All good. But yeah. So based on what we did last week, we gave you access to a new funnel, our email marketing video course. In fact, spoiler, it's part of one of our paid email marketing video course, and you get to be able to give it away. And so that was the first funnel in our lead generation series related to email marketing. So what we try to do with Paul, in fact, we try to create topic related lead funnels or lead and affiliate funnels. So the first topic was, when we launched, it was mostly about affiliate marketing. This one is about email marketing. So we have one last week, one this week, and one more next week about email marketing. And this way, you will be able to use different traffic sources or one traffic source and split test different angles with each funnels, and as well different topic or subtopic within email marketing. And then we'll move to probably list building, traffic generation, could be product creation. Everything related to digital marketing, but not too broad. So we try to pick some topics, and it could be on free traffic generation, it could be on paid traffic, it could be on solo ads. So basically, we'll create some simple course or ebooks or reports or podcasts or whatever we need so that you can then give those away. And so you don't have to rely just on the funnel one we gave you away at the beginning, even though we think it's still the one that will work the best on the long term. But this way you can just create your list based on different interests and try different traffic sources and just not focus on just one funnel.
It's hell of a course as well, isn't it, JP? That email course, it is. If we were to sell it, it'd be a lot of money. It is one hell of a course. If you want to know how to write really good, world-class emails, these two funnels that you've just got, that's what you need to do. It is really good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So you will get access to all of it next week as well, because it's split in between the three funnels. We also asked you, and the reason as well behind it is for the email sequences. So with funnel 1 and 2, we provide some swipe emails, and that we recommended you tweaked and you edit and you rewrite. And for this funnel email marketing, we don't provide any sequence, although you can use part of what we already gave you access to. And we ask you, in fact, to write an email sequence. And so we had a challenge. We did not have any entry. So that's how it is. But the reason why we also have, like, for example, 3 funnels in a row all related to email marketing is because you can basically just create one sequence, and it will work for all of the 3 funnels. So you don't have to write, a sequence for each funnel, because they will all be related to email marketing. So you can just create one sequence and plug it into the funnel you got last week, the funnel you'll get this week, and the funnel you'll get next week. And since it's the best way to get started, because we provide you the course and the video course on how to write high converting emails. So you basically get the course, you can watch the course and start writing the sequence.
And you're going to get very targeted subscribers as well, because it's not generic, it's very specific. So you're only going to get people who are really interested in that subject.
Yeah.
So it's really powerful in that respect. So you really want to use it to its absolute fullest and write that sequence, just a 7-day sequence. And as JP said, you can then link that sequence to all of these email marketing funnels that you're going to get. That way, then you know that you're going to get a load of different people, and you're going to be targeting, I suppose, different angles from each funnel. So you're going to get a lot more people who are very interested, and then you're just kind of repurposing the work that you've already done, which is a really good thing to do. Yeah, we do that a lot.
So it seems we don't have any further questions. Yeah, last week we covered, sorry, we had a question. So yeah, last week we covered last week's funnel, and so you can watch it back on in the Facebook group. But yeah, take your time to catch up. Anyway, it's not going anywhere. All the video, all the content is in the group. And so yeah, you'll get there.
Is that Marietta who's just asked that? I can't see any names.
No, we can't see any name, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get started with the new funnel, and Paul will just show you. You will find the new funnel. It's already posted in the Facebook group. It was posted like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Guides. Yeah, I think it's called the guide sections, and I think it's in guide 3. We have a few categories in the guide section. I think it's in guide 3. So yeah, you will find the share link in the Facebook group.
Okay. Shall I just jump across, JP, and see if I can share my screen this week?
Yeah.
Let's give this a go.
Yeah.
Hi, Marietta. Yeah, it is. All right, great. Right, so let me just see if I can. It might be that one. Let's try that. Aha. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good. All right. Okay, guys. Yeah. So yeah, this is the funnel. That's not the funnel at all. That's my emails. So let's get this right. So manage funnels. So as JP was saying, the share link for the funnel was already in the group. And you just, when you click on the link, it'll install itself in your studio under manage sites. Okay. Or under manage funnels. You'll see it there as it comes up. It says duplicate and some numbers, and of course you can rename it and all that sort of stuff from inside the studio itself. But I just kind of want to go over, if you've got last week's funnel, it's very similar in terms of layout. But again, I just want to kind of go over the pages of what you're going to get and what you can see and all that sort of stuff. Right. So once you've got the funnel installed, under manage funnels in studio, click on the little pencil icon over on the right hand side under options. I kind of want to go through this a step at a time because we've got a lot of people who joined us this week. So welcome if you're with us. So I want to go through this sort of fairly slowly, just so you can sort of kind of keep up. So this is the index page. So this is the page that you'll send all of your traffic to once you've uploaded the funnel itself. So what you will need to do is to create a lead channel and link it to this opt-in form just here. And of course, the lead channel will be linked to the email funnel that you need to create. Okay.
Yeah. Just one thing, or you can reuse the same lead channel you had created for the previous funnel
from last week. Yeah.
You can do that if you're lazy, just like it.
Why not? Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. So that's a good thing to do. So this is a kind of a screenshot of what they're getting. We took some time over creating this course, and we were going to sell it. And we still may at some point, maybe in the future, I don't know, but it's a really good email marketing course. It's the type of stuff that doesn't get taught necessarily unless you spend an awful lot of money. So it's going to attract very specific people who are going to be very interested in learning how to write emails. And of course, once you can do it once, and going through this course from last week and from this week as well, because this is all about the creating killer calls to action, this part of it. And once you kind of put it all together, you've got a really fantastic course that will make you a world-class email writer, quite honestly, and certainly at least give you the structure of how it works. So yeah, very definitely. So this is the index page. So you'll send all of your traffic here. And so we've got an opt-in form here. And in terms of the pages, JP, jump in if I miss anything out.
Yeah, no worries, it's all fine. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that. So yeah, so create the lead channel for the form. And then over here on pages, we've got an instructions page. Again, everything is very similar. So if you've seen last week's one and you've installed it and done it, you'll know exactly how it works. It's very, very simple. So I won't bother going over that one. But then what happens is once someone links it or else opts in, they'll then get redirected automatically to the access page. And this is where the action is, so to speak. So this is where they can sign up for everything, start their iFunnels trial and that sort of stuff. And of course, this is where your iFunnels affiliate link is going to go. So that way, then when they upgrade to a paid version from the trial, you're going to get paid. And then, of course, they can watch the video course from here. Okay, so this is the video itself, and it takes them through how to create really good calls to action, actually, because, you know, if you think about it, it's the call to action, which is the final nudge, really, to get them to click it, to go across to the sales page of the product that you're promoting. So it's important that those calls to action are right. And there's a number of different types of calls to action as well that you really need to choose depending on, shall we say, the type of content that you've written inside. I'm not going to go over too much because I want you to watch it, okay, because it's really good stuff. So go through the video itself, but this is the funnel, and then we've got some other bits down here as well. JP, does everyone have affiliate links for these products, or are they swapping them out? How does that work?
Yeah, there are affiliate links for these.
Okay.
Normally you find all these links in the Facebook group as well, and if they are not, I will just drop a Google Doc link, so everyone has all these links. Yeah,
cool. Okay, that's good. So you can, and all of this, of course, is editable. As you know from working in Studio, you just hover over it and you can change. Clicking on the pencil, I can change images and text and links and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, button text, you can change it here. One thing I would check on certainly the button links down here, not so much for this one because this is a smaller one, but if you've got a bigger button that's got a lot of text on it, make sure you check it on mobile. Okay, so, and you can check it up here. So you just click on these. So we've got PC, tablet, and then mobile up here, so it shrinks to the size, so you can just check to make sure that the text stays inside the perimeter of the buttons. If it doesn't, change the text. Okay, it's just to neaten it up for mobile, because again, if you think about it in terms of sending solo ad traffic, a lot of solo ad vendors send, usually now, and I think it's bearing out, is over 50% of the traffic is coming from mobile users. So you want to make sure that it looks good on mobile. So just check it. So again, up here, so you've got mobile here, tablet there, and then PC or monitor, computer monitor there. Okay, so check it on each one. These ones will be fine, but again, it doesn't hurt to check. And then, of course, when you come up over here, you can upload it to either your iFunnels subdomain or any domains that you've got hosted inside iFunnels, and then you'll have the URL that you can send all of your traffic to, which of course will then go to the index page. All right, so you want to be sending all of your traffic there. We got a pop-up on this one, JP, have we?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is it an exit pop?
No, it's a trigger pop. So when they click the link at the top, free video course, it will trigger. It's regular pop-up.
This button here.
Yeah, it will trigger the pop-up.
Okay, great stuff. All right, so yes, so and again on mobile, that's actually quite. Whilst it's important that you check it, is this will be the first. Sorry, JP, go on.
Yeah, you can go back to the pop-ups section. So
yeah,
and it's. Yeah, and so triggered.
It's a regular one.
Regular, yeah.
Yeah. So from the drop-down menu here, when you click on the little white arrow, just click on regular pop-up here, and there it is. So again, the same form to link to, and of course, all of this is editable. You can change any of the text on the background image and color and all that sort of stuff, and just generally have some fun and test it really. and it works really well. So it's very simple in that respect. So essentially what you've got to do is you've got to create a lead channel, or link the lead channel, use the same one that you had from last week's funnel, or create an email funnel for this one, or use the same one that you've created for last week's funnel as well, and use it on this one. I can remember just to change just check everything, make sure everything looks good, check all of the links. I mean, I know I keep banging on about it, but the number of times that I've done it, which is really frustrating, you put a really nice sequence together inside email funnels, which we're going to have a look at in a moment, and then you preview it, and then I forgot to link everything, and it's really frustrating. So just check everything to make sure that the text that you want linking is linked and it goes to where you want it to go. All right, so that's the important thing. So yeah, that's the pop-up there. So it's a regular pop-up which you get to from clicking this little white downward arrow up here, and then you can change it there. Yeah, that's it though, JP, isn't it? There's nothing else on there?
No.
That's it? Okay. Right. So shall I just talk a little bit about emails, JP, before we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of emails and the use of email funnels, let me just come out of it. And let's go into email funnels. If you are creating a funnel, let's click on that. So you click on create funnel. You've got a couple of choices actually once this screen appears. So you can either select an email funnel, which are the ones that come with iFunnels, depending on your level, of course, that will determine how many email sequences you've got automatically, or you can create some from scratch. Okay, so if you are creating like from scratch, you can create a broadcast. So that's a one-off that goes out once, and I do that quite frequently. Most days of the week I'll send out a broadcast, and that is usually on top of any sequence that's going out as well. So my poor old subscribers generally get a couple of messages from me a day, which is fine. And I like doing that because the broadcasts are generally very topical, bang up to date. I use news feeds and things like that really to get subject lines, and so they're very sort of up to date, and they get a really good click open rate anyway, and click through rate consequently, which is good. And then of course you can create a sequence as well, so that you would then merrily fill in the forms and create your content and all of that sort of good stuff. But let me come back to this one here. So if you click on select email funnel, again, depending on your level, it kind of determines how many sort of pre-written sequences of emails that you've got that you can use. So this window pops up, and all you need to do is just select one. You can preview them first, but just by clicking on preview, or you can select it straight away. So let's just use this one. So you click on select, and then it loads all of the emails, all the pre-written emails into your email funnels account immediately. So there they all are. They are all editable. They're all changeable. You can pretty much do whatever you like with them. What I always do is, if I do this, is fill in this bottom bit first before I then go changing anything in any of the emails, which I'll talk you through in a moment. So I might change the title if it's, if I'm using it for another thing. I might add a tag. Certainly put your name in it there, because there are name tags in each of the emails. So rather than you having to write your name in all of the emails, if you just put it in there once, then it gets attached to all of the emails automatically, which is a real time saver. And same for the URL. Okay, so whatever the URL of the sales page of the product that you're promoting wants to go in there. And then enable email I can't even say that. Enable real-time email validation is checked by default. Again, you've got that option because it's all the emails are validated anyway, so you can use it again or not. It's up to you. But this one, I always make sure that this one is checked, resend to non-openers, and it goes out in 24 hours. So if somebody, for example, up here, if email 1 goes out, okay, so today, and one of my subscribers hasn't opened the email tomorrow, it will send this email again. Okay, so you'll get another bite of the cherry, and you'll be amazed at how much that increases your open rate. Just that one thing, by making sure that box there is checked. It's amazing. I would say it has certainly doubled my open rates. So it is a fantastic thing to do. Make sure it's checked. Okay, so that's that. So fill all this bottom bit in first. And then, of course, as I said before, you preview all of the emails, check all the links, and make sure they go to the URL that you've put in here. If you're sending a URL, a visitor to the URL in from this box, it might be somewhere else, but check it anyway. That's what I'm saying. So what I want to do is, before I sort of dive into changing things around in the emails, one thing I do want you to realize is that if you didn't like this order, let's say you wanted email 6 to go out second, just hover over it, hold your left mouse button down and drag it to where you want it, and then release the mouse button. And now it's changed the order of it. It's that easy. So it's really simple to do. So once again, hover over it, left mouse button, hold it down, put it where you want it, and let it go. Job done. That's a really nice touch, something that's really useful. So you can, use that. So don't be afraid to change things around, and see how it goes for you. So editing emails then, over on the right-hand side, just be really careful that you don't click on the bin. Okay, because that'll delete your message, and you don't want to do that. So hover over the little downward arrow. Okay, just be careful, and then click on it, and then it'll open it up and then expand it. Okay, so you've got two things here. So we've got a plain text version, not in this case, obviously, or there should be. I don't know what's going on with that one, but in this case, there's not one. But then we've got the HTML version here. So there's a lot of things that you can do. So you've got your subject line here. And now you can add a subject line as well. So our engine will split test the subject lines for you. So you can write a different one. And so if you've got two, half of your list will be sent, say, for example, this one, and then half of your list will be sent the new one. And you would click on this little plus button there, put your second subject line in there, and it will test for you. And you'll be able to see in the results in the report which subject line gets the best effect or the best open rate, and then you can use that one instead of the other one, which is very, very nice. And you can put as many as you like in there. Up to, if you've got a huge list, then maybe 3, but 2 is generally good enough. So now, in terms of editing the body, now one thing I want you to realize is down here, see this little arrow in the bottom right hand corner. If you hover over it, hold the left button down and drag it down, it opens it, expands it a little bit. That's Amazon just turned up, JP. I told you they would, didn't I? You can make it bigger and give you more of an opportunity to see more of the text, and then you can edit it. And it's just like a WYSIWYG editor. Let me just move it down again. Sorry. There we go. It's just like a WYSIWYG editor.
No, I think it's probably
something's going on there. Let me try one more time. But you get the point, guys. That's it there. So when you expand it out, you can then change it whatever you like, and it is literally just like a WYSIWYG editor. Hang on a second, guys.
Yeah, just get it.
Yeah, no, it's all right. They're gone. Anyway, so here, just at the top up here, you can add stuff, bold the text, italic, underline, all the sort of stuff that you use to change the color of the text, add a background color, change its positioning so you can center it left, right, all of that sort of stuff, and experiment with it. But one of the things that we talked about before a couple of weeks ago was adding images, and particularly a GIF image, which I added before. I'm not going to go through it again because you can go through on the catch up on that. But if you want to add an image, for example, so if I just click there, so I put the cursor there, if I just a couple of returns. So here, you've got the little image icon there, so you click on it, and what you're looking for now is the image URL. Okay, so I always store all of my images here, which is imgbb.com. As you can see, it's kind of like a free image hosting place, so you can upload all of your images there, and then you'll get the direct URL from imgbb.com, and then you paste it in there. Okay. One thing to realize as well at this point is that not all email clients will have an image, okay, or will display images. So you want to put an alternative text in there that kind of makes sense, right, in terms of the body or the content of the email that you're writing. Okay, it needs to make sense. So it's part of the sentence or the content that you're creating, really, just in case an image doesn't display. All right, and then you can change the width and the height of it and all of that sort of stuff. But also, you can link it, so you can make it a clickable link. All right, so all you would do is click on link, put the URL there, in that box there, and then you can make some changes here and open it in a new window or wherever you want to go. So it's very useful. So just realize that if you want to add an image, what you'll need to do is to have it hosted somewhere. And as I said, I use imgbb.com. It's free to put all of my images in there, and then I upload them from there. Just put the URL in there. As I said, GIFs are really good to use because it kind of gives that animated feel. You've seen GIFs already, guys, so I don't need to go through those, but it gives your email a really nice animated feel to them, and they're very, very clickable as well. So try using those. So experiment with the format of your emails. Change the color of the text, bold it, and add some text that's italic, underline, that sort of stuff, really, just to see what resonates with your subscribers. And the same thing goes with images. Some like big images, some like little images, and see how it works. Don't add a ton of images to your emails, though. 1, maybe 2 at the most, because again, as I said, some email clients, they don't like and won't display images. So if you've got half a dozen images in it and they don't display it, it will just look really odd. So you kind of want to do that. All right, so and once you've done it, click OK, and your image will appear here. You'll get a preview of what your image is going to look like in this window anyway, and then it will appear here. Think of it in terms of proportion size as well. Of course, then you can determine the width and the height. Often you'll find if you type a width in there, I think it's in pixels, the height automatically adjusts, so it keeps its aspect ratio in that respect, which is pretty good. Yeah, so you don't want a massive image. It's got to be kind of, so if I had an image that was, let me just cancel that for a second. So if I had an image in there that came right out over here, it would just look really weird. So you'd want something that maybe comes out this far in line with the text, something like that. Aesthetically, it just makes it more pleasing to look at. Chances are, if it's clickable, they'll click on it because it feels like it's part of the editorial, if you like. And whatever changes that you make here, remember, you want to try and make them in the plain body text as well. So the plain body text is essentially a copy of the HTML and vice versa. That's it. Anything you want me to add to that, JP?
Oh, I think it's fine. It's quite clear, and I would suggest if people, if you have any questions and you want us to dig to get into more details for the email funnels section or any other section, just let us know. Yeah,
I think there's just one more thing that I would like to go is adding to these. So if you wanted to add an email, okay, if you wanted to create it from scratch and write your own, just make sure this radio button is checked, create from scratch, and then click on add new message, and then it appears here, and then you can give it a title, and then come across to the right, click on the little downward arrow, subject line, body text, all that sort of stuff. So it's the same thing. And then don't forget down here, the wait period. So how long after the preceding email do you want to wait before the next one goes out? Okay, so that's the period that goes in there. So you want to make sure you've done that. Okay, if you then want, let me just close that. If you then want to add an email from another funnel that you've already got, check this radio box like that. Choose the funnel from here. So let's just say this one down here. And then you can choose the email from that sequence. So if I open that one again, let's just say that one, and then click add new message, boom, there it is. It's done. So you can create new funnels from funnels that you've already got created by simply doing that. And it just makes it so much easier. And that's actually what I did when I created this top 10 click-through rate message system. As I just literally created it by doing that exact same thing, because from the reporting that I had, I knew which emails were getting the best open rates and the best click-through rates. So I just put the top 10 together, doing that same thing, and it works really well. So when you've got it and you've set it all up, make sure, remember, you can preview it. So it's all here. Check all of the links. So remember, the linkage, any text will be in blue that's linked or anything like that. Obviously, I haven't done it because, as you can see, these are blank down here, but you'd fill them in. And then let me just scroll down to the bottom. There we go. So that's the one that I just created where I didn't put anything in, and that's the email that we've just added here. The top 10, this one from the top 10 messages. There it is. So you can preview everything as well, and that's what I'm talking about there. So this is a link that goes through to iMasterclass. I don't know if you can see that in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there, but as you can see that it goes to iMasterclass.com. So I would just click it and make sure it does go to where I want it. Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to go over. Email funnels is very versatile in that respect. You can do pretty much whatever you want to do with it, and it works really well. Of course, you can check the score of the subject line, and then you can send a test email as well to whichever email address you want before you send any traffic to it, or rather to your opt-in page, which then sends out this sequence to your subscribers. You can make sure that it goes and you get it and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I mean by test. Test everything, guys. Don't wait. Test it all before you spend any money on traffic, because it's very frustrating otherwise. Yeah, and then it saves actually automatically, but I always click on save and exit just there, just to make sure. And then when you check it again, there's the funnel right there. It appears in your sequence, and you can delete it if you wanted to. And then here's your reporting section just here. So it'll tell you how many emails have gone out, how many subject lines it's got, how many it's been delivered, how many bounced, how many reported spam, how many opened, clicked, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, you can get some really good detailed statistics from there. And then of course here, with this little icon here, when you click on it, you can resend that email again. Okay, so you can send it to everybody, or if you click on the little downward arrow here, you can send it to openers or non-openers or clickers, and you can send it now, or you can send it at a later date, and you can select the date and time where you want it to go out, and then click resend. So again, really great feature, and something that you want to take full advantage of. All right.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you want, you can just pause any one of the email in your sequence. If you see one is not performing, you can just pause it, and you don't have to pause the whole sequence. You can just pause one individual email in your sequence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks, JP. Yeah, so yeah, you just click on there and the little pause icon. Perfect for that. So really good, really good feature. Yeah, that's it. So you've now seen the funnel. You've seen the pages. You know exactly what you need to do with that. Create your email sequence as well, guys. Remember, this is really important that you get a really good email sequence. So have a look at the sequences that you've got. Maybe you can put an email sequence together. And again, remember, as JP was saying at the beginning, you can add that same email sequence to the two funnels that you've got so far. And I think we have another one next week, which will give you another opportunity to use the same lead channel and the same email funnel with that as well. So yeah, it's perfect in that respect. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. So yeah, now it's time to fire your questions. And so we have covered today the new funnel, what we did last week, a lot about email funnels, how it works. And yeah, as we said, you had the email marketing course last week. You have the email marketing call to action course this week, and next week it will be a third part. So you should really watch the videos first to see exactly what we are talking about, because as Paul said, it's a high-end course. And it's not because you're giving it away that it's a cheap course. It's not a PLR stuff or some kind of fluff, rehashed fluff. You will find anywhere else. It's really based on our experience and everything we've been doing. So you can't find it anywhere else. And yeah, as we said, that's where we are going. We are always creating course that you can give away. That we stand out. Not something anyone could be offering. So you have an advantage because if you take action, not a lot of people will be marketing the same funnels as you, with the same angles and the same quality of the report or the course we created for you, and we authorize you to give away. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes to make all of this happen. I know we live in a commodity area, so everything is like, okay, I can get everything with a click of a button. So, but yeah, still there's a lot of work behind, a lot of experience, and so yeah, just make the most of it because it's not a given. So yeah, we can all work together and be successful, but we need to value what we are giving and what we are getting, and so we can make sure it's a win-win situation.
I think because, as JP was saying, because of what we create is unique really for us and for you guys. It is so different to what actually all your subscribers and everybody else, and new subscribers, gets from everybody else. It really stands out. So you get a really good click-through rate and open rate, and consequently, your sales will come in. You just got to send traffic, send that traffic to those pages. And just monitor your reports and your results. And, it's very easy to tweak and change things. You can use the optimize module as well to test different subject lines and that sort of stuff. Look for results on that. And so then, we kind of take as much guesswork out of this for you guys as we possibly can, so that, you've got a much clearer and quicker path to getting where you want to be. That's kind of our goal, really.
Yeah, exactly. So we had one question from Marietta, I think. All the phones you share are evergreen. Yeah, they're all evergreen, so it's not time limited. You can just use anyone you want. Of course, the goal is to test different funnels and find a funnel that works with your traffic source or the interest you're targeting. If you're you could be running AdWords campaign, Facebook campaigns, Bing campaigns, and target email marketing course or Udemy course, and say, okay, I want to target people who are interested in Udemy, for example, or an email marketing course, and just send them to your opt-in page. So we do that as well because we know when if you go broad on AdWords or especially AdWords or Google Ads or Bing Ads, and you just target make money online, well, it's too broad and you will get a lot of traffic, but untargeted and unqualified. And if you start, and it will be really expensive because it's a really competitive keyword. So it's quite difficult to have a breakthrough when using that kind of keyword. And with these funnels, for example, the email marketing, you could target email marketing video course, free email marketing video course, how to get clicks from emails, how to increase your click-through rate, or that kind of keyword, which are really specific and which won't be as competitive as Make Money Online, and so they will be much cheaper, and you will get leads and quality leads because highly qualified and targeted. For quite cheap compared to Make Money Online. So it's also why we are releasing all these niche specific funnels within the digital marketing space.
Yeah, because it sounds really good if you've got a list of 30,000 people. Sounds great, but if they don't open your emails because they're generic and they're looking for freebie stuff, you spent a lot of money and they're completely pointless. So it's far better to have something that is a lot more targeted, very niche specific. That way, then you're going to get very targeted, interested people, and they're interested at the moment they hit your contacts list. So it's a much better way of doing it. Yeah, it's going to take you a little bit longer maybe to build a list of any appreciable size, but that doesn't matter because they're going to open and they're going to click on your links in your emails, and that's what you want to do. It's a bit like Facebook likes, isn't it? If you've got 1 million Facebook likes, which is great, but if they then don't click through to your website or opt in or do something, take an action that you want to say, those 1 million likes are completely worthless.
Yeah.
So it's that's why it's really important that you've got something very specific to work with. And I suppose going on, adding a little bit more to what you're saying via that question that Marietta asked. Yeah, the funnel, the sequences are very evergreen. But for me personally, any of the broadcasts that I send out, as I mentioned earlier, are kind of very topical. So if I see something on the news that switches my noddle on, then I'll find a subject line and then I'll write something on that. So it's very very topical in that respect, which makes it non-evergreen, if you like. But the sequences are, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes, the course we give you access to, or the free business for Funnel 1, or the video course for Funnel 2, the 2 email marketing video courses. Yeah, they are evergreen because email marketing and copywriting won't go anywhere. So maybe in a few years it will change a little bit because behaviors and patterns will change. But for now, yeah, it's you have a few years ahead of you to use these funnels. Okay. Any other questions or feedbacks or results from your traffic campaigns?
Yeah, if you want us to have a look at your emails, if you've written some yourself, and you want us to have a look at them, or you've made some alterations to sort of pre-existing funnels, and you want us to have a look, just let us know. Drop them in the group. We'll have a look. Throw our 2 pennies worth in, and you can make changes or not. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, it'll be just really nice to see what you guys are doing, because we're trying to push forwards all the time. And if you can show us what you're doing as we are showing you what we're doing, we kind of work together in that respect. And we'll all move forwards much more quickly. So let us know. Yeah, exactly. And if you have any topic you would like us to cover in the next few weeks, so of course we'll always have, like the support of a funnel we'll give away. Some funnels will be more complex, like, the membership course we will be releasing to you soon. First, we want to release this email marketing giveaway funnels before we fully release the product you will be able to resell. So yeah, we will always have the support of the funnels. But if you have some specific topics you would like us to cover, for example, we have an idea about, showing you how to set up a Google Ads campaign, the big ads campaign. Probably not native ads, because it's a bit of a nightmare when you get started, and you would, it costs too much to start and optimize a campaign. But yeah, or even just even a solo ad campaign, or any other traffic source. We are also testing, Snapchat and Pinterest and all that kind of stuff. Why not TikTok as well? Creating so all these traffic sources we are kind of testing, and in fact for TikTok it's a bit different. I'm using my son, who is a TikTok fan. He's he's a social... so old. I'm way out of the loop. Yeah, it's not for me, but I'm trying to twist my son's arm so I can add a link and create some specific videos just to see if we can get some traffic. It's mostly for fun. Yeah. But yeah, I think he has like probably 100,000 subscribers, or I don't know how they are called on TikTok, or followers. So yeah, and people are really engaged on these platforms, which is why I think it can work if you're targeting kind of young people. But yeah, it's just for fun. But anyway, it means traffic is everywhere. You just need to understand what you should put in front of each traffic source. Yeah. As Paul said, we can't go into your specific account because we have some channels for this group, because it's still a group mentoring program. It's really we do one-to-one, but using the channels we have, like this live on Tuesday, so our weekly live event, and the Facebook group. So we need to stick to those channels, and also because when we comment and we provide feedbacks, it will be useful to all members. So yeah, that's a bit of the rules. So you would have, I don't know, you can just copy and paste in a Google Doc or in or just in a Facebook post, and we'll just check them, and then we can review them and post some feedbacks in Facebook, or just during the next live sessions. Yeah, I'm more than happy to have a look. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So
if we don't have any more questions, we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you next week. But we'll give you another minute or two for some last-minute questions, and if you want to make the most of our presence and of our time. And yeah, feel free if you have some ideas, if you want to run any ideas against us of what you plan to do, what you're planning to do in the coming days, weeks. Yeah, that's what this group and this live event should be used for. If we, I mean, we are seeing it like a broken record, but it's the only way we can help you is if you want to get some help. And the way we can help you if you give us some information about what kind of help you need. And to do that, it relies on what you've been doing, what you want to do, what kind of tests you're doing, what kind of results you're getting. Interact with us, just like Marietta today. That's the only way to really get one-on-one help and make the most of this group and become successful, because that's the goal of this mentoring program. What we are teaching you to do, we know how to do it because that's what we're doing, and we're learning every day. And the more we learn, even after 15 years, 16 years online, we always learn every day because it's constantly evolving. So, and by interacting with us, you can learn a lot from us, from what we're doing, and also learn from what you're doing, what's good, what's wrong, and what could be improved, and just learn as an online entrepreneur that way. But the first step is just to take action. There's no successful entrepreneur who did not take action. So the first step is to work, then run, but to stand up first and start working.
Yeah, do the work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad truth, because I know, there are a lot of stuff. I don't know if someone emailed me or sent me messages somewhere asking me about a product. I can't remember the name. It was related to traffic, probably 60 seconds traffic, or I don't know, really crappy product. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of product people are trying to sell you, saying, okay, you don't have to do any other work, just paste the link and tomorrow you'll wake up rich. So yeah, it does not work that way. And if you believe that, well, iMasterclass is not the best website for you. It's probably Disney.com or that kind of channels. But yeah, it's not overnight. It's not one click. We can do a lot with current technology. For example, what we're doing in iPhones, we can create a lot of ready-made content, which is just one click away from you, but still, then you have to replace your links. Then you have to apply what we are teaching you and showing you to drive traffic and to optimize. So we have some shortcuts, obviously, with the platform we are using, with ready-made content we're giving you, with all the trainings and all the tests we are doing for the traffic, for the emails, for the optimization. But still, you have to do your part of the work, even if it's much less than what you would have to do if you were just on your own. So that's our role, and that's what you're paying us to do. So, but yeah, there's no just one click and get rich, or one click and get some targeted traffic. No. Well, that's a good question. It's a mix. But I'm not really, planning is not my strong suit. I can plan for product development, SaaS management, SaaS platform development, and roadmap. I can plan things, but for marketing, it's not my strong suit. I would just like Paul did, you would just stumble upon something, some news, it will give you an idea, and you will just estimate things. But it's probably not a good idea to follow that advice. So I would say, yeah, if you could plan like a product a week, that's a good starting point. Say, okay, this week I will focus on this product, next week on this product, maybe the week after on nothing, just content, just give some space to your subscribers if you want. And yeah, so you could plan, but sometimes, you will just notice, oh, wow, this webinar is great. Probably I just want to promote it, and you will just, change your plans. And it's usually what happens. So.
I think the downside as well is if you've got a ton of different products that you want to promote, it's managing all of those. And I think this is one of the downfalls of online marketing. There's so much stuff and so much noise and so much, as JP was saying, crap out there that you've got an opportunity to promote, that if you just gather it all and think, right, I'll promote that and that and that and that and that, there's nothing cohesive, there's nothing coherent. It's hard to create a story out of all of that. Whereas if you've got one or maybe two products, then you can create a whole series, sequence, storyline based around those two products. And that way you're focused on those and you'll make so much more money. It really, if you think about it, every really successful entrepreneur has got one product, maybe two at the most, and that's all they promote. They don't promote anything else. So it's often best just to do that. That's generally speaking what I would do.
Yeah, exactly. And when it's not just your own product and you're promoting someone else's product, also when you plan, you might have some ideas. Okay, this might work, this might work, and one week you will promote something and it will just boom, it will not work. And so you might want to revise your plans because maybe the following products you plan to promote is kind of the same or in the same niche or the same angle. And now it's not really working. So you might want to test something, a completely different product. So you can plan, but just make sure you're still flexible and that you can update your plans based on the results or based on some news or based on some great products you just tested or purchased. Which is why sometimes I buy some products just to see what's going on in the industry. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't think I've been impressed in probably a year. I mean, probably in a year I found like two. It was not even products, probably just coaching courses, on YouTube or on another one was on. For example, a course like Commission Hero or Simple Wi-Fi Profits. These courses were really extensive and advanced and providing a lot of value. So, but apart from that, I mean, JVZoo, it's some simple products, quite cheap. Same on Warrior Plus. So it's okay. I mean, to promote these products as long as you check the sales page and it's not really just complete crap and false claims and bullshit, and it's right away it won't help your subscribers. So you have so many products you can pick, so just check always the sales letter and see if it will be a good fit with yourself. If you feel confident, you can promote the product, and if it can bring some value to your subscribers.
That's the key, isn't it? Value. What does it bring? Yeah. Okay, so we're just 1 hour in. So we'll see you next week, and feel free to ask all your questions because we need your questions in the group to create some material as well for our next sessions or next trainings, or have some more advanced session on some specific topics. So use the group, interact with us. You're paying for it, so just make the most of it. And we'll see you next week, and I wish you a great week. See you. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.